Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. In today's video, I want to discuss what to do if you've been declined for a credit card and what you can do to reverse those steps and become approved. If this sounds good to you, stick around. I'm going to explain exactly how I've done it when I've been declined for a credit card. Okay, so let's get right into it. If you find value in this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. And if you like this video, make sure you comment below. So let's get right into it. I want to explain what to do if you've been declined for a credit card. So let's talk about first, if you're approved, you're happy with your credit limit, of course you can go back and try to get your limit increased. I've made another video on this channel about how to get a higher limit. But in the purpose of this video, what do you do if you've been declined? So first and foremost, there is something called a reconsideration line or a Recon Line. So the first step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to contact your credit card company, but you're going to want to call the specific Recon Line. When you do this, you're actually speaking to a human being. So you want to be very, very nice to this person. They hear a lot of just crap all day long from upset customers calling in. Differentiate yourself when you call in. Ask how their day is. Be overly nice. Be genuine in who you are, but really just show them that you're a different caller than the other hundreds of calls that they've taken for the day or the week. And this will just really do wonders to when you are having a conversation with this person. Start the call off right when you speak to the reconsideration line. I know this sounds like extreme common sense, but you would just be surprised how many people that get a decline on their credit card, or they get a decline for the credit card that they're applying to. They're upset, they call back, they have an attitude on the phone. This is just the wrong way about going about it. You want to start the call off right, be polite, ask them how their day is, and then move into the following steps. Okay, so once you have gotten on the phone with the recon officer, you want to really have an idea of where your credit is. So I can't tell you how many people have commented on the forums, and really they just have absolutely no idea what their credit file is. So if you've been declined for a credit card and you call the recon line and you have no idea if you have a collection showing, a late pay showing, something that happened 5 years ago, if you really have no idea or understanding what's going on, it's going to be impossible for you to really just combat anything that recon line person or rep has to say. So for example, if you had a collection from 5 years ago, maybe it wasn't your fault, maybe you were too sick to get the mail at that time, you had a collection and you've just forgotten about it, but it's still on your credit, and that is the reason why they declined you. When you speak to a person on the phone that has the ability to reverse this decline decision by just pressing a button on their screen to approve you, if you don't have all of the details, all the information on your credit from the get-go to where you can say, yeah, you know, this was 5 years ago, it was a medical issue and I had forgotten about it, and really just have a backstory that explains your side of things. If you don't know this going into the call, you're gonna crash and burn. You wanna know all of the facts. Why are things negatively on your credit? If your score, for example, is just dropped, so let's say you had a 710 credit score, but now you're at a 681, you need to know why this happened, and you need to be able to say to the person on the phone, yeah, my credit score went down 19 points, 38 points, whatever it is in the last 2 weeks, and here's why. Maybe you put some additional spend on another credit card. You need to have all of the facts when you're speaking to the rep. It's only going to help your situation when you can explain to them why things are the way that they are and combat why they probably declined you in the first place. Okay, so next step is you want to know everything really about the credit card you're applying for. And when I say everything, you don't need to do hours of research, but you just need to know what are the benefits, what are the perks of the card. Something very, very important to note, if the card is offering you a sign-up bonus, this is the one point that you do not want to say on the phone. You do not want to say, hey, look, I'm signing up for this card because you guys are giving me 100,000 points. if you do this, this is showing the rep that you're only applying because of a bonus. You want to talk about things like, I like the travel perks. I like the ability that you give me free insurance when I rent a car, and I do that a lot. You want to be able to talk about just the main points of what differentiates the card you're applying for with any previous card that you have, or another card that you chose not to apply to and you applied to this card, for example. It really just lets the rep know that you're passionate about getting the card, you've done your research, you want this card, and it's just going to help your chances when you speak to them. Okay, so let's say you have called the Recon Line, you're polite to the rep, you know exactly what's on your credit, you know exactly all of the benefits that the card offers, and the rep is still not approving you. They're still not pressing that magic approve button and really just changing the decision that they've made. Of course, what you can do is you can thank them for their time, you can hang up the phone, and then you can call back and try to get a different rep. I have done this actually a few times where I have called, I have not gotten a favorable decision. With Bank of America, actually, the person on the phone was nice to me, but they really just didn't want to approve me. It didn't seem like they were having a great day. I just decided to hang the phone up, call back. I got someone who seemed like they were in a good mood. I went through all the steps again. I really was just more passionate about why I wanted their card. And lo and behold, they approved me right there on the phone. It was my second attempt of calling a Recon Line after I was declined, and I was able to get approved. So just because you get a decline, or just because the rep on the phone is not giving you a favorable result, as long as your credit is not, you know, a 500 FICO score and you're trying to get the, Platinum Amex, and it's just an unrealistic situation. But if you're right on the threshold, if you're close, or maybe you have multiple cards with this bank and they're asking, why would you want to get an additional card with us? As long as you have all of the facts, as long as you are really just showing that your case should be reviewed, should be looked at, if you still don't get that favorable result, try again. You'd be surprised. It happened to me. I was able to get Bank of America on a second attempt after I was declined to reverse that decision and then give me that credit card. 3 months later, I was even able to take that lower limit card from Bank of America that declined me all the way up to an $18,000 limit after about 90 days. So if you just take a look from step one, I was declined. I had to call the Recon Line twice. I was approved, and then within about 3 months, I have an $18,000 limit. So from zero, not having the actual card, all the way to an $18,000 limit in 90 days, with many hurdles and objections along the way. So again, you would be very surprised if you don't succeed. Try again, and you would be surprised to see what happens. Okay, so a bonus tip. Whenever you apply for a credit card, you should know a general range as to what credit score is needed before you apply for that card. So for example, you can go online and you can see there are many resources where it'll show for this card, people in this credit range are getting approved. So we approve between an average of 650 to all the way up. If you have a 640, or a 660, and you're close on that threshold, you want to know what the credit card company needs as far as a score to approve you. So all credit cards have different score thresholds and where you need to be in order for that card to approve you. Be conscientious. If you have collections, you have late pays, you have anything derogatory on your credit, if you have a high utilization, I've made another video on this as well, you want to just make sure that you're in the ideal situation before you apply. Again, if you have a 500 credit score with collections, all of your other credit cards are maxed out, and you're applying for a card, it's pointless to take the hard hit on your credit and go through this. You're going to just have to clean your credit up. You're going to have to get yourself in a real situation before you can apply. But if you are on the cusp, if you are close, if you've been working on your credit, if you're right there, kind of at that limit or at that line, and you do pull the trigger and you decide to apply and you are declined, if you follow the steps in this video, you will see that many times these decisions, these negative decisions of being declined for a card can be reversed if you're persistent, if you're polite, If you really just know your stuff, where your credit is, the benefits of the card, you will see that it is easier to get approved once you've been declined than what you've thought. Okay, so those are my tips. Those are what's worked for me. If you guys have found value in this video, again, make sure you hit the like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing if you like videos like this. I talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and really just how to make your money grow. As always, thanks a lot. Take care. I will see you guys in the next video.